Welcome back to our final game of the night. Alpha Sydney up against Avant Garde. You know, in this kind of the spirit of what we've seen this today, another crushing victory, but this time it's Avant Garde dealing it out to their foes, Alpha Sydney, people that they've traditionally been very close in skill level to, but Avant, you know, seeming to step it up to another level.
I don't know if it's Avant stepping up to another level. Alpha City have just dropped off the ball recently, but I'm going to say it's Avant just playing up massively. I'm going to head into picks and bans. Alpha Sydney, of course, have the option of first or second pick. They've chosen first pick this time. They had first pick last time as well. It didn't really work out too well for them. I'd like to have seen we chose second pick, just to switch things up a bit, try something different.
They ban away the Erlang Shen straight away here, taking that one away from El Chuckles. I expect Avant to ban out the Freya again, and there we go, we see it again, just to take it away. Any possibility of a carry coming through from Rana Brana on the side of Alpha Sydney. Ratatoska banned away by Alpha Sydney is also taking away from who they feel the two strongest players are on Avant Garde, Luca Renegade and El Chuckles, and that's very crazy to say when you have Idivine and Rob Diggity on the same team as well.
We can't even forget Gruff. He was such an important factor in that game. He sacrificed himself to the tower.
Yeah.
Valiant effort there from Gruff. I think he was the only person to die on Avant Garde last game, as well as was stated early on. With the Jingwei pickup as the first pick, as the other ban was that Susano, but they've left open the Amaterasu of Alpha Sydney. They banned it away first ban last time. Avant Garde has the option to pick it up here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick it up early. They're going to go for the Vulcan Sylvanas. So again, a lot of sustain coming through from Avant Garde with the Sylvanas allowed them to win a lot of these extended engagements. And that was due to really a lack of burst on the side of Alpha Sydney. They had a Cronus, but he never really had a chance to get to that stage where he could one or two shot someone. And the same with the Jingwei as well. I do like the Vulcan pickup though from Avant Garde. Cronus picked up again from Alpha Sydney, and a Naja pickup this time for Slicey instead of a Circuit.
Not allowing the Jingwei to be that flex pick option like we saw out of Legacy last set. Just by picking up this Kronos a bit earlier on here, I don't think we're going to ban it away. And there's the Amaterasu pick, saving it for here. It was banned away by Alpha City last game. Time to see whether it was a merited ban.
Well, it's only got a 20% win rate, but I believe all those wins are by El Chuckles, so it's very dangerous on this character. Next set of bans, again, we see the Odin ban coming through. Very smart from Avant Garde. Take that one away from KO, take that kind of counter away from their current team composition. Cupid banned by Alpha City, so obviously they felt that Cupid put out too much pressure in the lane for Rana Barana to deal with. Next ban coming through from Avant Garde is going to be that Sobek taken away from Taurus Skies.
Well, the Cupid just made sure that Rana Barana on that Jingwei couldn't do anything in lane. The second Jingwei got anywhere near Cupid, Fields of Love into Harp on, forces Jingwei to use the airstrike defensively, and then just come back into lane, rinse and repeat consistently. There was no way Jingwei had any kill pressure. Hu Yi taken away as well. Both Rana Barana and Rob Diggity are very proficient on this god, and seeing it not picked up by either of them is a bit strange, but the Azris isn't at the same state as he was in last split.
Rama picked up now for Avant Garde, so a little bit more late game pressure coming out of the dual lane compared to last time when Cupid was able to put out a lot of pressure very effectively, very early. But basically, it's very difficult to lose a lane if you've got a Sylvanas backing up your clear. Vermana and Athena picked up. Athena was nice last time from Alpha Sydney, wasn't really the problem, and peeled effectively for the team, but just the rest of the team got too far behind. The Verman pick up to go up against this Amaterasu, and now Thor, the final pick here from Avant Garde, so some pressure for the Renegade coming out of the jungle, not choosing to go that Bologna route again, going for a more traditional jungle pick like we saw Shred do in the Legacy versus Royalty. Gonna head into game right now, last one of the week. Alpha Sydney up against Avant Garde. Can Alpha Sydney force another split here, or will Avant Garde claim a 2-0?
So we saw this from Alpha Sydney a while back. They have double Wrath in this matchup. They're looking for a lot of early Gold Furies here. If they don't get the early Gold Furies, in fact, look at Taurus Skies right now. He's looking for an invade.
This is the Richard Castle strategy. He's got a hog here. He hogs, he steals the red buff. Can he walk away? He doesn't. Does he have his dash? He has his dash. He's gonna get away. So
he's so low.
So every casual I play with Richard Castle, he just does this same strat. Just runs to the enemy speed buff with a Wrath and steals it. And he lives. And
so dual lane is
amazing.
now mid lane?
I mean, I guess so for the next little part. You know, Runner has left his balls. He got the experience from the red buff that he and Swifty did together. He gets here and gets some wave pressure down. Tori Skies is acting a little bit of a jungler here, taking the right-hand side mid camps with Swifty. Runner's all by his lonesome. Slicey and KO get some wave pressure on the right-hand side and force Liquid Renegade away. Now it's a 4-man split of these early camps.
That's mildly inefficient there. But for all the pressure they're getting on this right-hand side, left-hand side, it's just free farm for Gruff and Rob Diggity. They take away these balls from Rana Barana on this Jingwei, putting it even further behind.
Rana got one of them with the persistent gust, with the damage from that.
Is effectively boxing out Rob Diggity here as well, just using the wall to his advantage there. On this right-hand side, Chuckles under a bit of duress here from KO. This is exactly what you want to see out of a mana, though. You want them to have the pressure early.
And against an Amaterasu that doesn't have the early clear pre-level 5 or 6, you really kind of expect this, especially out of a Bluestone Vermont at this stage in the game. You know, he didn't get his blue buff invaded this time, so Chuckles, you know, he knows he's going to lose the lane here for a little bit. He just has to be patient, not overextend himself, do his job, and just survive to the middle, late stages of the game where he really comes online.
But on the back side, the red side, back harpies. Swifty gonna get knocked up and hit by the backfire as well. He's actually caught in between a rock and a hard place with that wall coming down as well. A good stun coming out from Slicey as well with that Minority Sash. But Swifty low HP, iDivine low HP as well. Both mid laners under so much trouble, and Chuckles gets the first blood.
KO as well, taking a lot of damage here, but Liquid Renegade has a wall anytime, so might be able to pick up the kill, but Liquid Renegade gets it with a spin to win and help with the meatball from Divine. Slicey falls down as well. I don't know what that invade call was. That was very bad. Going for the right-hand side back camps, when you have an Amaterasu ready to rotate over from the solo lane, without any of your ultimates up, you're gonna have a bad time.
And again, this dual lane, it's getting some pressure for Alpha City, but the sustain coming out from Savannah is just too much. Out comes the Wrath, they're looking to stun, they're looking to get a kill onto this support, but just too much healing coming out from those Wisps.
Rob Diggity gets a couple of good body blocks there for his support as well. The Archers were doing a lot of damage to Taurus guys and Rana, so they couldn't stick around. You know, this dual lane's actually been probably the best performing part of Alpha Sydney over the last couple of weeks, but the rest of the team has been, if anything, underperforming.
They've been performing in the wins, they've been underperforming in the losses. And it's just because of the amount of pressure. Oh.
That's actually 2 ultimates forced out there as Athena was channeling the Defender of Olympus. KO didn't even get the Colossal Fury off, so I guess it's an ult for an ult, but still, soloed. Get some CGS soloed in chat.
I mean, it was more than soloed. He had damage mitigation coming out for that Defender of Olympus, so it was solo times 1.25 or something. The Taurus guys can't defend his red buff. Good wall there from Liquid Renegade, stops the escape after pull just off the mark from Gruff. And Taurus guys, without the Defender of Olympus online, is just stuck in the back harpies, dies.
Avant Garde 5-0 already here, 3.5 minutes, 1.5k, experience, 1.3k gold lead for Avant Garde, and well, this is looking like the back half of last game. Like at the start of last game, Alpha Sydney contested a little bit, but at the end, Avant just ran away with it. Avant appeared to have continued that momentum into this one. Slicey invades the speed, doesn't pick it up. He goes back for it. Nope, that's not the good call, my son. There is the sash onto Chuckles. Forced to use that ultimate to get away there. Chuckles doing so much damage. Knocked up by IDivine. Liquid Renegade in the mid lane. Picks up a kill to Swifty. And now he's looking for Slicey. But Slicey with the speed buff should be able to get away here. So effectively, Swifty sacrificed his life for Slicey there.
I mean, as a jungler, speed buffer, any objective on the map is always worth it. So Slicey is calling worth there.
And he lived as well, so to him, totally worth. I don't know what you're doing, Swifty. Gruff blinks through. They're looking for Taurus guys again, but he manages to dash away. Slicey gets away as well. So, Chuckles solo lane might fall down. Dashes away from KO. Gets him his sustain back online with that Divine Presence. So, he's going to have to walk away from this one. But KO, some damage down onto him effectively. Chuckles doesn't have his TP. So, KO can get some pressure on this side of the map. Can force a couple waves on the tower. He's not going to get the early camps as that's where Slicey and the rest of the Alpha City boys are, but he's going to force a wave under tower and force Chuckles to lose some experience and maybe get himself back into the solo lane fight.
And they need a lane to start getting ahead so they can get back to the game, can Alpha Sydney. They're not terribly far behind like they were at this stage last game, but they are starting to fall to the point where Avant Garde are dictating the pace of this game. So KO needs to get something online in the solo lane, which he could potentially do against his Amaterasu. But the window opportunity for Vermana to be the lane bully is over.
He might not be the lane bully anymore, but he will be able to come in and contribute to these team fights in the middle lane. If he can go even with Chuckles, he can at least match the rotations that Chuckles thus far has been able to put out. And that's what they really need for KO to do, because last game he was put so far behind, he just really couldn't do that at all. We saw the same thing with Suspira when Legacy beat Royalty.
Gold Fury being looked at here by Avant. And both of these sets today have really been one-sided. It was sort of expected in the last set, but this set, we came into this one not really knowing what was going to happen. Both these teams split last time they faced each other. I mean, they were very even, as you've been saying, ever since they started facing each other. But this time, Avant just stepping up their game. No answer from Alpha City so far, and no answer from Rana Barana at all, as Robson goes aggressive once again.
You know, you look at the results that they've had, they've pretty much mirrored. They split with each other in week 1. They both split with Legacy. They both split with Pandas, which are the other two top teams, and they 2-0'd the lower teams. You know, these teams have been following mirror paths, and it just looks like, though, Avant really stepping up to the plate in this one. And, you know, Slicey taken low here. Chuckles using that dazzling offensive, takes down KO in the Colossal Fury. Slicey double tap from Liquid Renegade puts him in the ground again. 8-0 is Avant, and now Chuckles pushing out the right-hand side where the rest of his team groups for the middle lane.
I mean, you said they've been following a very similar path, and identical paths. This game here could be the deciding factor of who gets higher in the seeding overall between these two teams.
That has massive implications for LAN as well. You know, who takes on Pandas or Legacy first. Blinks in, knocks up 2. There's the ultimate coming through from Divine, but just forces people back in the tower and doesn't land onto anyone. Torres Skies dives in, looking for a taunt. Good damage coming out from Swifty. This could be Alpha City's first kill right here, as Liquid Renegade and Gruff are both fairly low here. Swifty misses the time rift damage there. Divine still getting some damage out. Slicey's coming in. He's looking for a kill. There's the ultimate being channeled by Tory Skies, but he misses the sash as Divine backfires beautifully there. Tory Skies looking for a taunt, but not to find it. Gruff sustaining up his team. Rob Diggity's here, caught between 3 members, but manages to roll away using his purification as well. The stun comes through from Swifty, but Rob's up in the air. 1 snipe, 2 snipe lands, along with a double tap from Liquid Renegade and the backfire from Divine, and Swifty falls down.
Oh, look at how Chuckles, he's made his rotation with the teleport as well, slicing down to half HP, thanks to that Heavenly Reflection, and now changing that Benevolent Aura to that damage buff. They may be looking at this Gold Fury here, but with Rob Dignity forced to go back to base already, they do not have the Purebred Hunter damage on this objective, so they're going to have to just give that one up.
3,800 experience, 2,400 gold, 8 minutes into the game, 9 kills to 0 here for Avant. Slicey jumps in there, takes one up into the sky. He's got Liquid Renegade there. He's critting him, but he's not doing enough damage. The tower shot nearly picks him up, and a great ultimate from Chuckles along with Divine picks up Slicey yet again. The Alpha Sydney just falling like Skittles.
It's 10 kills to 0. They're not... At this point in the game, Alpha City had 3 kills, and they were all onto Gruff. Well, they had 2 kills, and Tower had 1 onto Gruff.
They can count the Tower, he's part of the team.
I mean, kind of. He doesn't get a respawn timer, though.
I mean, that's fine. The rest of the team had quick enough respawn timers and made up for it.
Okay, now that's just BM.
It's not BM if it's a fact. But yeah, like this is just another dominant performance here, but it's not in the matchup that we expected. You know, this is the matchup of the week. This is, you know, 2 rivals going at it. And, you know, I guess Avant heard a lot of the chatter about, you know, our Alpha City should have gone to LAN. It's only because Swifty got banned. But, I mean, man, they showed up at LAN and showed that they belong there. They're showing up that they can perform in the regular season as well. I mean, you'd argue it's more important to show up at LAN, but, you know, performing in both is even better.
And I think with the performances coming out from Legacy recently in the past 2 weeks, it sort of lit a fire under Avant-Garde's belt, because they realized that with Legacy returning to form, that they have to perform to make sure that the couple weeks that Legacy were underperforming are huge for them. And so therefore they can secure second, maybe even first seed above Pandemonium going into the 14 LAN.
Alright, 5-man group from Avant-Garde around this mid-tower. Chuckles and Liquid Renegade have been spotted out by that ward, so Alpha City know that they probably shouldn't contest this one. Rana Brother and KO, good response, pushing out of the towers as Gruff blinks in. They're looking for Slicey, the Earthshaker lands, and Slicey goes down to the ground. Tory Skies falls down as Divine gets himself a double kill. Rob Diggity's gone to the left lane to keep the waves at bay. They take the tier 1 tower. KO should get the right-hand side tier 1 tower, but Avant Garde, they have their sights set on bigger objectives. Look, Renegade crashing down. They're looking for Swifty. They pick him up. This tier 2 tower should fall in just a second. Ranabrun is here, knocks up 2, but he's not going to be able to defend this tower from the force coming through. That is Avant Garde. KO doesn't even get the tower and is forced to teleport back.
I mean, the teleport saves this tier 2, but it doesn't even get the tier 1 on this right-hand side for it. It was a forced teleport, and it's a good win there for Avant Garde as they get kills, they get objectives, and they're also going to get out with everybody living.
Rob Diggity's going to take the left-hand side tier 1 tower as well. Slicey and Torres guys can get over here and stop him, but if they're not going to get him in time, they might get the kill, but Idivine's rotating around behind him as well, so Rob Diggity is going to be pretty much feeling himself here and allowing himself to get away. Torres guys dashes and get the taunt, but there's no damage to back it up. In fact, all the damage comes through from Avant, and Torres Skies turns and runs, tail between his legs.
I always love seeing Vulcans played in game because everybody has a different leveling order, everyone has a different build for him. That's because of the flexibility you have with the way his kit works and synergizes together. Most people see the level up backfire first, but then Idivine's got into the Magma Bomb. Personally, I like leveling Magma Bomb first.
Swifty doesn't get the stun onto Rob Diggity as he uses Purification, but his rewind is forced out. Wall from Liquid Renegade, down falls Swifty. And Avant still raining destruction down onto Alpha Sydney from all sides as Chuckles is chasing down KO in the solo lane, trying to get him here with the Heavenly Reflection, dashes in, does get the shot down, doesn't get the kill just yet. One more basic attack will do it, sliced with that katana. Good ultimate there from Slice. He takes Chuckles up into the sky. There's a couple tower shots waiting for him when he gets down, but uses that meditation, heals himself up, and he'll be A-okay. Luca Renegade's here as well, says you can't party without me. Gruff blinks in, gets himself a kill as well.
It's important to need kills too, man. It was an unneeded blink ult, but he gets the kill anyway. Torres Skies trying to defend this tower, but it's the tier 1 that needs to defend, not the tier 2. Torres Skies, Ranabrun doing what they can do around the map, but it's just too little too late for their rotation. 16-0 reads the kills right now. If you have a look at the graphs, it's a 9,900 experience, 7,500 gold lead in favor of the Avant Garde. And the 5 Giants and Gold Furies, they're not even really been a factor this game.
Okay, so yesterday, Avant Garde broke the record for fastest game in the OPL. Game of 17 minutes and 4 seconds against Corvidae. I think they're trying to go for it again.
It's a possibility here. I mean, the Mid Phoenix is exposed already. They can do it. They just need a 5 Giant.
Yeah. It's, I mean, they have 4 minutes and 9, 8, 7 seconds left to go now. I mean, that's plenty of time. I have faith.
They've been playing well. They've been playing so well, actually. They've been playing as a unit. They've been playing off each other and making sure that when one person initiates it, there's always somebody there to back them up with damage from Idivine or Rob Diggity. Even Gruff's been doing his fair share of damage. If you have a look at the damage shots, Swifty sitting second bottom right now, below Sylvanas.
That is... I mean, this is a late pick, but you still should be doing more damage than that. Rob Diggity knocked up there by Ranabrunner, but Rob Diggity happy to take this one-on-one fight. Ranabrunner uses his dash there, ultimate channeled as well. Airstrike does land onto Rob Diggity. Rob Diggity up in the sky with the snipes, trying to get the damage down, trying to hold on as long as possible. Does hit the third one onto Ranabrunner. Might get the kill here, but the purification... Sorry, the Sanctuary doesn't last long enough, and Slicey comes in and claims the first kill for Alpha Sydney. No shutout here from Avant, but Slicey's going to pay for this kill with his life, you would think here, as Liquor Renegade and Chuckles are here. But Torres Skies saves his jungler beautifully with a taunt. Torres Skies just baiting around, trying to hold on for as long as possible. Dashes away. Slicey's back. What are you doing here, Slicey? Torres Skies falls down. Slicey falls down to that hammer. He wasted the sacrifice that Torres Skies put up for him. Wall used by Liquid Renegade, trying to find Ranabrunner. Chuckles is here as well. And on the right-hand side, pressure coming through from Gruff and Idivine. Middle tower falls to Swifty, but overall, Avant Garde just taking what they will where they want.
Well, obviously, I've got a kill, so it's no shutout. In fact, Gruff's Rataterra also misses there onto KO. If it hit, KO was pretty much a guaranteed death there, with Idivine just waiting with some abilities of his own. Teleport comes in from KO, so he looks to defend this tier 2. He's going to be able to teleport in time, but immediately met by half his HP being obliterated there by the combination from Divine and Gruff.
They should be able to get this tower. Chuckles and Chuckles and Liquid Renegade, I should say, are rotating over as well now. They see Swifty here. They might be able to stop his back, but no, not quite at time. They get the tier 2 tower on the right-hand side, and now they're going to get the Gold Fury, and that's a nice bit of gold in their pocket. I want to check gold in hand quickly, see who's got what. Liquid Renegade's got 2,400. He's going to get a bit more here with this Gold Fury. 2,700 gold in hand. And let's take a look at the leads now. 15,000 experience, 12,000 gold. All going the way of Avant Garde.
It's
Slicey.
It's looking very dicey. Slicey is also going to be taken out by Rob Diggity. So
I see what you did there.
Started.
Slicey and dicey. I see what you did. That's
I
very
didn't
clever.
even mean to do that.
It just happened. The game responded to you.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the caster's curse a lot, but El Chuckles I think is DC'd. Oh no, he's only pretending to DC.
No, he's just taunting. He's tilting them. That's what he's doing. And look, he's just staying here. He gets stunned at 50. He actually might die here if he's feeling himself too much. But no, he's gonna back. Actually, is he? No, he's gonna go for the red buff. Trying to steal it. Doesn't have enough damage with the Heavenly Reflection, but still took a fair chunk of damage.
He doesn't even aim for the red buff. He doesn't even aim for the red buff. He aims for damage there. That's how much he was just there to avoid and pester them. Yeah.
He's padding his stats for my spreadsheets. All right, now Swifty.
KO was in trouble.
Well, so is Swifty as Chuckles is fighting him one-on-one here. Rewind used by Swift. Oh, here's the rest of the Alpha City squad as KO falls down. Chuckles might pay for his cockiness here. Does fall down to Rana Brana's airstrike. Rob Diggity comes in as well, but it's a 1v4 situation. And one he's not like to win. There's the defender of Olympus. Gruff comes in. Great knock up there with the Wrath of Terror. He uses a weakening curse as well to slow everyone down. Tori Skies dashes at Rob Diggity, but Liquid Renegade crashing down from the sky. Finds Slicey. Idivine finds Rana Brana. Rob Diggity was the bait this whole time, not El Chuckles. El Chuckles was the false bait. And 4 members of Alpha City down. Avant Garde look for the Fire Giant.
So you said that Avant Garde had a chance to break the record which they set yesterday. It doesn't look too likely yet, but they can still go for
having fun now.
They can still go for a sub 20-minute game, I think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a possibility, especially with this Fire Giant up fall down. The record is past here, so they no longer can get that one. But still, they could probably have the 2 shortest games in OCE Pro League. Swifty takes a fair chunk of damage there, walled off by Liquid Renegade. Might find the kill. It does, in fact, find the kill, but falls down himself. Avant, they're on a feeding spree here now. 3 deaths, but KO goes up into the Colossal Fury just to get away from the damage coming through from Rob Diggity. Rana Brana's here as well. Avant need to back, regroup, and look to pressure something down here or find a pick. There's the Earthshaker ultimate coming through. Doesn't land, just barely off the mark there. Chuckles looking to pressure down this right-hand side. Now they're going for the middle Phoenix.
Well, this is what El Chuckles needs to do, just keep people away, keep them at bay and away from this mid-Phoenix. As they take this one down very quickly, Rob Diggity and Idivine doing a lot of damage with the penetration they have on them. In fact, they have 2 time space in the Obsidian Shard, a lot of percentages. KO takes a spill in the mid lane. Gruff gonna be credited with the kill. Serenovat has started. Torrent Sky's gonna be falling down here as well to El Chuckles. Up the air goes Rama, 3 shots come down, all 3 of them onto Rana Brana, but the 3rd one does miss.
Slicey is split pushing again, just trying to get some towers, but it's not going to be enough. It's beyond split pushing now, my friend. Now you just need to get back and defend your Titan. He might just get this tier 1 tower, but you lost 2 Phoenixes for it and a tower as well. Chuckles takes some poke here. Now Avant just kind of standing back. They've got the sustain to really wait this one out. Gruff tanking the Phoenix here, but he does have his healing online. A lot of damage coming through from Rob Diggity and El Chuckles. Divine as well, just zoning away Swifty and Ryan. A good chunk of damage used by that Heavenly Reflection there. Titan under attack here. This could be game for Avant Garde. Tori Skies taunts in 3. Chuckles dashes forward towards the fountain. Dazzling offensive, looking for a kill. Trying to find Tori Skies. Does find him with the Heavenly Reflection. And now KO in the Colossal Fury yet again, trying to deal some damage. Liquid Renegade hiding over a wall, waiting for an opportunity here to deal some damage out. And Avant Garde pressuring down into this Phoenix. They're getting kills left, right, and center. Slicey falls down, Rana falls down, KO falls down. Only Swifty left alive. And the Titan not going to last much longer, I suspect. But looking for a final kill. Stay aside, just padding the stats yet again. And there we have it, another sub 20-minute game. Another win for Avant Garde. And that has actually put them atop the standings in the OPL, 1 point ahead of Team Pandemonium.
Brutal. I think that's the only way you can really describe that set.
Yep. It was pretty one-sided. The second game was, I don't know if there was tilt from the first game or what it was, but Alpha Sydney just looked all out of sorts in that one. We're going to talk first here with Liquid Renegade, the captain and jungler. I believe he's still the captain of Avant Garde. So Liquid, those were some very convincing wins. And now you guys, with the wins over Corvidae yesterday as well, are atop the OPL standings. It must feel good.
Yeah, we're really happy with the results over the weekend. So just got to keep looking forward for the rest of the split.
You guys seem to be playing a lot more coordinated, a lot more like a team than what we saw last split. Kind of elements of what we saw at the LAN. So, what have you guys learnt from LAN that you are bringing now into the regular season?
I think it's just teamwork as a whole. Whereas last split we were 5 individuals. Once we were at LAN, we got to know each other, had a good time while we were there, and sort of friends now. Whereas before we were just acquaintances.
All right, Alpha, any questions for our guest?
Did you expect these games to go as quickly as they did?
Not as quickly as they were. We had an idea of what Alpha Sydney were going to draft and came up with a plan which worked out, but probably a minute or two faster than we were thinking.
What was going through your head when you saw that Amaterasu first ban in Game 1?
Wasn't expecting it, but we know teams like to ban Chuckles, so it wasn't a complete surprise.
Alright, before we let you go, do you have any shoutouts you'd like to give?
Sponsors, the org, and Gruff for dying to structures.
All right, thank you very much, Liquid Renegade. We're now going to get on the line the mid laner from Alpha Sydney. We spoke to him yesterday. We have again with us Swifty. Swifty, need to unmute your microphone. There we go. So today, a bit of a different story than yesterday. We saw you take it to Team Pandemonium and split with them. And you were hoping to get a 2-0 today against Avant Garde, but it really all seemed to go against you.
Yeah, we tried a couple strats that just didn't really pan out very well for us. Especially the invades and trying to get around their invade in the first game. Yeah, we tried a couple, janky strats, but it didn't really work. So it kind of backfired, and we kind of lost the game very badly.
So we were saying during the cast, you either win or you learn. What have you learned from these games?
Not to try janky strats. Also, to work together better. There was a lot of miscoms, especially in Game 2 with their invade on the back camps. Didn't really work. So there's a lot to learn, just from a short game like that, 19 minutes. But yeah, hopefully we can go back and watch it and then, truly learn from our mistakes and improve.
Alpha, any questions for our guest?
Obviously, this second game this week hasn't gone exactly according to plan, but the first game you split with Pandemonium. You showed that you can compete with the best, and going into the rest of this split, obviously you're going to be looking at LAN. Do you feel like what you're going to be learning in these next few weeks is going to help you prepare better for the LAN opportunity which you can get?
Yeah, we're really going to knuckle down. We're going to be scrimming a lot more than we have been. We're going to definitely be going over all the replays of our games and OPL games that we play, learning from our mistakes, trying new strats, trying new gods, really preparing for LAN, because there is a real chance that we can get to Worlds, and it's probably the closest we will ever get.
Alright, before we let you go, do you have any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to the Twitter, which I'll actually get right, which is Alpha_Sydney GG, and shoutouts
There we go.
to my team.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Swifty. That's going to do it for week number 4. We are officially halfway through the OPL split. 4 more weeks to go, and then we have our Split 3 finals on the 25th through the 27th of November at the ESL Studios in Sydney. Ticket information coming out soon, but that's going to do it for this week. Next week, a couple of actual player scenarios start to begin. Royalty play both Team Pandemonium and Avant Garde, and if Avant Garde and Team Pandemonium can both successfully get a 2-0 in that contest, they lock themselves, and Corvidae get 2-0'd as well. So a little bit of a lot of ands here, a lot of things need to fall into place. But if Corvidae lose 0-2 and both Avant Garde and Team Pandemonium win 2-0, they lock themselves in for LAN, and we'll have our first 2 teams confirmed for the Split 3 finals. But that is all for next week. Thank you very much from everyone here at Cybergamer. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. We'll catch you next time.